Hello everyone and welcome back once again to Microsoft Flight Simulator, and welcome back to another Microsoft Flight Simulator mod. And what is probably one of the new top echelon mods, one of the new top echelon freeware mods available in Flight Sim right now. This is the R44 Raven 2, made by Rotor Sim Pilot. You can see his channel handle on the side of the aircraft. I intentionally kept this library just so you can see some of all of the folks who made this come together. So Rotor Sim Pilot is going to be the primary maker, and then I would assume helisimmer.com and Andreas R helped additionally, and then you're going to need to be running a software called Airland FS in order to actually get your helicopter to run. It's the same software that you need for the SH60 and the UH60 mod. There's a profile, includes two profiles actually included. There's a black, which is what we're flying today, and that's the more realistic, true-to-life pilot simulation profile, and then there's a blue profile, and then each of those profiles have different realism sliders. I have maxed everything out to make this the most authentic experience available to me, but you can tailor it to what you like for your specific needs. Now, let's hop inside. We're just outside of Lake Tahoe, and we're going to be doing a northern flight eventually, but we're going to start out actually heading south. There's some black bears that were sighted not too far away, so let's go ahead and get started up here. First things first, let's turn on our fuel petcock. Dump that guy in, turn on our master battery and our beacon, which should be this guy here flashing on the back. Do nav lights too. Then we need to come to the overhead and turn off our rotor brake. And then it should be as simple as prime, and then oh wow, that's loud. Those smokers, that's loud. Turn that down a little bit. So now we should have good engine start. And you can see the rotors slowly idling there. We're going to go ahead and engage the clutch. And then once that's engaged, we'll turn on our alternator. And that's that. We're started up. Let's go ahead and turn on our avionics. This aircraft is equipped with floats. We're not going to be using them today, but it does have floats, should you want to use them. You can remove the doors from the side of the aircraft if you want to do like a safari type shot. But again, we're going to leave those on today. So you can see our general flight plan here and where we're supposed to be heading. So let's... smashing keys. Let's go ahead and taxi out here. The landing lights do need a little bit of work, but I'm sure that'll come in a later iteration. Alright, let's see how I do with a takeoff. This is going to be one of my first takeoffs. Get a little bit of left correction on my pedals. Slowly increase our throttle. It is worth noting we're at a slightly higher, that's not the best takeoff, but we'll take it. Slightly higher or lower, whichever one's the worst one, density altitude, because we're up here in these mountains. So we'll do a brief little bit of hover taxiing just to prove how easy it is in this R44. And then we're going to do a full-on departure here in a second. I find this to be an extremely forgiving airplane, or rotorcraft. You know, as long as you stay within its limitations, it'll treat you right. So we're going to head out south here. Take a look-see at our black bear friends. And we will be underway. Okay, we're coming up on our last known sighting for the black bears. It is worth pointing out it's a kind of a weird glitch. When you pan the camera left and right, it looks out of the rear doors as compared to your front doors. That's just something to be mindful of. Again, I'm sure that's something that'll get patched in a later update. So hopefully we're going to have a clearing or something up here. Because the way it's sitting right now is less than ideal. A big drop. There's our fauna marker. I did leave that on. So we're going to start decelerating here as well as decreasing our altitude. As we head into Grass Lake. Looks almost like a marshland. Looking for black bears down there. I think I see a couple. Oh yeah, there they are. You can see them out of our right window. Let's see if we can head them off and not crash. Come on, Little Raven. Say Little Raven. The R22 is the little guy. Yeah, there's our little bear friends. It's funny, I remember one of the biggest memories I have is in the earlier flight sims. Flying the R22 beta, which is very similar to the R44. It's a 2-seater as compared to the 44 is a 4-seater, and then the 66, you guessed it, is a 6-seater. It's like they're heading into the trees to get away from this loud helo that we've brought in above them. See if we can't catch them on the other side of this tree line here. They're pretty embedded in there. There they are. Good buddies. Little bear friends. I say that black bears will mess you up. Any bears will mess you up. If you see bears in the wild, don't interact with them. Leave them alone. It's a public service announcement from me to you. I could really foresee some cool, like African safari style missions where you just got open savanna and you can chase down, you know, giraffes or rhinos or whatever they have in the sim for animals. So there you go. One black bear, the rest are passing underneath us right now. I guess they don't really seem to be bothered too much by our helo. Pack leader here. Where's the rest of the pack? There's a couple of them. Oh, he stopped. Look at he's facing off with me. That's pretty cool. Wonder if the rest will do that. It seems like they're somewhat animated. Nothing crazy though. Anyway, let's get above these treetops and get out of here. Let these bear go on with what they were doing. Do our best to get over this mountain range here, and then we will cross Lake Tahoe. so a slight deviation on our flight plan. You can see our magenta line off to the left of our aircraft on our little Garmin GPS. There's another fauna marker over here. I would like to see what it is. It's potentially more black bears, but you know, it could be seagulls, or do they have like deer and moose and stuff? Probably not. We're coming in a little bit hot, actually, extremely hot. Put off some speed. I don't know what's down there. Like, we're in a urban area. Usually the fauna are not in a... Oh, good God. Forgot I had the realistic mode on. I was flying this thing like it's the H145. Okay, let's slow down here. Oh, let's use that collective pedal to turn. There we go. Not collective pedal. Anti-torque pedal. Add some collective. Trying to figure out what this fauna marker is. Usually it's pretty accurate with whatever you're supposed to be seeing. But just like with those black bears, they did move a little bit, so... I have no idea what's supposed to be here. I don't see anything. Because it's right on the coastline, is it sea animals? Is it land animals? My guess is going to be seagulls. I've never been able to render in seagulls. Like, ever. That's what my guess is what's supposed to be here, is seagulls. And no positive contact whatsoever. Alright, well that's solved. Let's resume mission here. And get back en route to our final destination airport. And coming up on our final destination airport for today. Very beautiful, very scenic flight around the northwestern Rocky Mountain Range. R44 treated us well. So let's treat it well. Do a good landing. Do an overfly. And then we'll come in for a nice set down and we'll hover taxi in. Very busy airport as well. Lots of ground traffic. Oh, that's going to be a rough landing. We'll abort that. Alright, let's try that again. Go up. It's interesting. It almost felt like it had better, control characteristics when we took off as compared to now, but that's probably all just in my head, so unless we'll get her under control here to a nice slow to hover taxi. Oh, maybe we won't. Maybe we won't. could also be I'm fighting when you can see how far I've got the nose pushed to the left, and we're still drifting to the right a bit. Not sure if that has anything to do with it or not. They okay, did not mean to touch down there. I'm wondering if they overhauled the ground vehicle density slider. Maybe this is a custom airport done by Flight Sim. Either way, there's a lot of ground traffic and a lot of taxiway signs. Smokes. This is not an appropriate hover taxi. This is on the fringe of control is where I'm at right now for this hover taxi, and it's not really where you want to be. Oh, that's why. Everything was sped up. That's why it was acting funny. Must have hit my simulation rate increase button at some point. So now we can more realistically hover taxi. Much more effectively. So we're going to go down to this Savage Gravel here. And that's going to be our parking spot for the day. Because if I'm being honest, I don't remember where I put us. Oh, there is a helipad right there that car is inside of the circle of. How nice of it. Casually fly over these guys. As my frame rate tanks. Alright, and we'll swing her in. Sit down in this little circle here. Touch. Please. Not the best, not the worst. Survivable. This will come forward just a hair here. Maybe this snow, maybe. There we go. Oh boy. Oh wow. Okay, so external camera flying is not for me yet. Not at least once we're already airborne. Alright, that's a little bit better. A little more centered. Still not perfect, but I will take it. Beggars cannot be choosers. Let's go ahead and shut down. So first, we're going to go ahead and disengage our clutch. Turn off our nav lights. Clutch is disengaged. Go ahead and shut the fuel off, and that should help the engine motor down. We'll turn it off. Turn on our rotor brake. Do a sweet head spin 360, avionics off. Oh, and it ends our flight. Okay, cool. I'm going to go ahead and continue because I'm not done. Flight sim, thank you. Alternator off, battery off, avionics were already off. We'll go ahead and open our door. Now I am done. Anyway, you guys, that is the R44 Raven 2 mod. Free and available in the flightsim.to store, maybe elsewhere, but that's where I got it from, is flightsim.to, where most of the mods come from nowadays. Be sure to check out Rotor Sim Pilot, see what other interesting things he or she has going on. But that's going to do it for me in this video, you guys. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, take it easy.